Hello, this is Artisan Loom. I'm here with another tutorial for one of my original designs called the Guardian. I no longer have this in my possession because I made this beautiful bracelet for my mother. I had lost my dad and her husband to back a year ago over right after Thanksgiving, right around the first part of December. So I made this bracelet for her and dedicated it to her, and I gave it to her over this past Christmas right before I moved. But this is the design. It is, I believe I did it in the Fairy Sweets blue, I believe. The border is done in the metallic, or excuse me, the medieval white. And then I believe I also used some glitter white in there with some rhinestones and seed beads. But that is the bracelet. I'm going to be doing this one today and probably going to do tones of pink just to do something a little different. And so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. It's a 5-pin bar setup. So go ahead and get your, well, here's the loom. It's a 5-pin bar setup and just straight across. Okay, so go ahead and get your loom and your hook and pick out your colors that you want to use. You can use any variation that you'd like. I'm going to probably use glitter pink, glitter white, probably the sweets, baby pink sweets, and then maybe do the border the same with the medieval white. So go ahead and get your supplies and I'll meet you right back with mine. Okay, I've got my supplies, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bead my border, and I've made up, I don't know how many exactly I'm going to need, but I made up 24. I may have too many here, but I just took the seed bead and I put it through a medieval white. So this is how we're going to start. Is I'm going to take my band and we're going to start at the center and go towards the left, a long stretch towards the right. And you need some pretty thick bands, I guess. Well, actually, you might not. I don't know. It's a fairly tight bracelet, but I think you'll be okay as long as you use Rainbow Loom brand. So I'm going to go out just like that. And then I'm going to start my beads. Okay, let me get the first one. You're going to do every other one, you're going to do a bead. So you've got a bead one here, and then you're going to do a band, and then a bead, and then a band. Okay, so bead, band, bead, band, all the way up the loom. And we'll do the mirror image on the other side with the bead, band, bead, and a band. Okay, follow that all the way up to the loom, to the end of the loom, and I'll show you what it looks like at the top. This is what your loom should look like at the very top. You are going to come to the third peg up, go into, and then on the right, the third one from the right, you're going to go into. So I'm going to place another band right over there. Okay, now go ahead and get your next set of colors, and I will be right back. Now that we're at the beginning, I guess I'll take this off. I'll show you the next step, which I'm going to continue on with my glitter pink. You are going to make a triangle that goes just like that. Okay? And you're going to do one on this side as well. And these two are the only ones that are going to be done with this type of triangle. It's because of the way the slant goes. Okay, for the rest of the loom, you are going to end up... Oh, my cat is making its debut again. Oh my goodness. Lightning, please. You're interfering. Okay, so this is how your triangles are going to go, like this, from the rest of the way up the loom. Okay, so it will be just like this. Okay. The whole way up the loom. And I push my bands down as I go because I know I'm going to have a ton of bands on there. Okay, same with over on this side. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to, after we do this triangle right here, we're going to go like that. Okay. Just like that. Let me see if there's a better way I can. Yeah, that's much better. Let me put a few bands over here so I can. Okay, so this is the way the triangles are going to go. Except for you want to push your bands down. Okay, so just like this all the way to the end, and I'll meet you at the top to show you what it looks like when we get to the top. So after you get done doing the triangles just like that all the way up, we're going to get to the top. I guess I'll just lift this up. It seems easier to do it that way. Okay, when you get to the top, you're going to have the same thing as you had at the bottom. You can't put a band going this way or else it would be outside of the border. So you're just going to you're going to go across and then up, and just like that. Okay, do that on both sides, and that's how you finish it off. Okay, all right. Okay, so back at the beginning, the next step is I'm going to continue with my glitter gold, my glitter pink. I always use gold. So let me add some more to my pile here. Hopefully I have enough of this color. Kind of running low on it. Okay, so the next step is you're going to take your next color, or if you're going to use the same, and go straight up from the center peg. Okay, and then what you're going to do is, this is what I've done. Okay, so let me show you the picture. Okay, where I've put the rhinestones, this is where you're now going to attach them. Here I left this big open spot open for this for the medallion, but I don't have another medallion to put on there, so I'm going to have to just all I'm going to do is continue with the rhinestone and beads through the center. Okay, but this is the next step. So what you want to do is, if you're going to use rhinestone, go ahead and string your rhinestones, and I will give you a hint. Rhinestones have such a small hole, and you're not going by the hole on the back, you're going by the hole on the very side right there. Usually the only bands that'll go through a rhinestone are jellies. So like a clear jelly is always nice to use, or now that they've come out with the 600 count packs, they're kind of thin bands with a kind of real stretchy like a jelly, and so those will also fit. But usually any Persians or any 300 count pack, any of those sweets, whatever that are the thicker dual layer, they will not fit through a rhinestone. They will cut every time. I don't know how I got so lucky, but I'm able to get a pink glitter band through the rhinestone, whereas I used to not be able to do that. So I think it also depends on what you use to string and how thick or thin it is. This is pretty thin. It looks thick, but it's just because this part's flattened out because I've used it so much. But if you use a thinner threading tool or floss or whatever you use, then you can get the glitter to go through it. Okay, so enough of that. We're going to go up one with a regular band. we're going to go, I'm going to take my first rhinestone, and then I'm going to go from the second pin bar, second peg up right at the border, and I'm going to go towards the center, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a plain band now, okay, because I'm trying to stagger them going up. So I'm going to take a plain band, and I'm going to go from this fourth pin bar, second peg up from that border, and go towards the center. So it's going to look like that, like an arrow, except for I'm only going to have one bead on here. And then I'm going to go, and I'm going to take another clear band and go up, okay? Pardon me, I got to go let my dog in. I'm sorry for the interruption. So now we're going to start back on the left. Or no, let's see here. Yes, okay, here we go. Now I understand it. Okay, so we're going to go up to the left, and then we're going to continue on, but I'm going to use and go to the right, but since I used a rhinestone there, I'm going to alternate and use a bead instead. So it's going to be rhinestone bead, rhinestone bead. Okay, so first of all, we did this to the center, this one to the center, this one up. Now we're going to go up to the left, up to the right, and one down the center. Okay? And then we're going to go, we've got to connect to where this is. So basically we're making an X. You see that? Basically, we're making an X, but lay them in the order that I'm laying them. Okay, so at this point, from here, you've got to do a stretch to the center. Okay, and then since I did a rhinestone and a bead, I'm going to do a rhinestone, and we're going to go back that way. Okay, then I'm going to use a rhinestone, and then one down the center. Okay, now we need to go out this direction. I guess another way you can look at it is though we're making diamonds. I'm probably totally confusing you. Just lay them the way that I'm doing and you will be fine. Whether you use beads or whether you do not, however you want, but lay them this way. Okay, so now we're going to go out. Okay, so we're going to use a bead and go towards the left, a band go to the right, and then one up the center. Okay, now we've got to connect this. So we're going to go from here with the rhinestone or a band, and then we're going to go up towards the center and one down the center. Okay, now we've got to go back out. So at this point, I believe we're using a band because this is what we're trying to go for. This is zigzag with beads on it. So the next one is that band, and then we're doing a bead next, going up this way. Okay, and then one going to the center. Okay, now we've got to connect this. So we are going to go from the left, plain band, to the right with the rhinestone, towards the center, and then up one with there. See, so basically think of it as you're making a triangle, or you can think of it as making a large X, but I'd say make it look like a triangle, but you're just kind of alternate these going all the way up. Okay, I'll do a couple more with you because I think I've thoroughly confused you now. Okay, so we need to take it from the center and go out. So we're going to put a bead there towards the left, and then a plain band towards the right, okay, and then one up the center. And now we have to connect these, so we're going to bring them in to bring the other half of the triangle. See that? Or the diamond. Excuse me, did I call that triangles back here? I meant diamonds. Oh my goodness, my shapes. Okay, so since we stopped with the bead, we're going to use a rhinestone, and we're going to connect it from here to the center, and then a plain band from the right to the center, and then another plain band from the center straight up. Okay, got to connect it this way. So we're going to do a plain band going towards the left, and then a bead going from the center to the right, and then a plain band that's going to go up the center. Okay, so go ahead and finish that all the way to the end, and if you need to rewind, you're more than welcome to do that. So I will finish up, and then I will catch you at the end. Okay, so at this point we are going to, I'm going to take my glitter white, and you're going to start, let's see here, on the second pin. Okay, second pin here, and you're going to do a stretch over to the left, a stretch over to the right, and then from the left to the center and the right to the center. So you're making a diamond. Okay, and then you are going to do that all the way up the loom. You start from the center to the left, center to the right, left to the center, right to the center. And you're just going to follow that all the way up the loom till you get to the end. Very simple. Goes pretty darn quickly. So I'll let you finish those diamonds, and I'll meet you, show you what it looks like at the point. You've done all of your little diamonds, and when you get to the top, you're going to end it with like a half diamond, just so long as it hits the border. Okay, and now the next step we are going to do is I'm going to use my baby pink sweets. That's what I'm going to use. And you're going to start here on the fourth pin bar, second peg up, where you're starting at the border, and you're going to do a long stretch. And then you're going to do a long stretch. And you're just going to do a zigzag all the way up. Okay, just like that. And you're going to do the same thing over here. You're going to start on this second pin bar, second peg up, and you're going to do the long stretch. And then you're going to connect it and do a zigzag. Okay? So you're going to do that all the way to the end again. Okay? And then I think we're going to be ready to turn the loom around and loop it. At this point, we're going to turn the loom around, and we are going to put a couple cap bands on these where it starts on the perimeter, these corner pieces. Since I used baby pink, or excuse me, glitter pink, I'm going to use the glitter pink to do my cap band right there, okay, on each side. After we get done with that, then we are going to loop up these side bands right here. So you're going to go in through that cap band and bring the bands back to themselves. Okay, you're going to do that all the way up the loom. So I'm going to show you on this side, and it's pretty simple. That's all simple enough. That's all you do. Okay. And let's grab that. So I'm gonna go off, let you finish that easy part, and then we'll have to put some more cap bands on, and I'll show you that when I return. Up front, I'm gonna apologize for any laughing and giggling that's coming, that you can hear on the video, because my kids are out of school with a snow day. We're getting a ton of snow, and so I'm trying to film this while they're here. So I apologize in advance. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to put cap bands in the middle of all of these like X looking things. So, or where the diamonds, either where the X's connect or where the diamonds connect. That's where you want them. So it's going to be every other one, I believe. So we're going to start right here on the third peg, put a cap band on. I always do triple. And then skip one, do one. Skip one, do one. Okay. I'm going to let you finish because cap bands are monotonous, and I'm going to just let you finish that part on your own. Once you've placed the cap bands, you're going to go in through the cap band, and you're going to grab that top band, which should be the one that's going to the lower left. So you bring it back to itself. Go back in the cap band, grab the next one, and it'll bring it down to the right. And you continue to go through the cap band to the left. The next one is to the right. And let me see what we're supposed to do. I have different notes. Okay, yeah, that's right. So we're going to go in through this cap band, the next one up, and then you just do the same thing. So through every cap band that you just placed, grab the top one and bring it back to itself. Okay, get done with that one, go into the next, and they all connect. Okay, so I will go off camera. I think you can handle this part on your own. It surely is pretty easy. Make sure you push your bands down as you go. More bands are going on top. Once you get that done, you're going to need to get another cap band, and you're going to place it down here on this bottom pointed peg. Okay, you're going to go in through the cap band, grab that first band, and go up. Then you're going to go back into the second peg, grab that top one, and go up. Okay, then you're going to go into the second peg and grab the one and pull it back to itself. Go in, pull it back to itself. Okay, so now you're right here. What you're going to do is you are going to... Let me see here. I'm not sure if we go in through here first. I think we do. Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking that we go in through there and go up. Okay, if my notes are correct. Okay. And then we're going to go in through this peg here, pull it back to itself. Go in through this peg, pull it back to itself. Okay? And then what you're going to do is go into this fourth peg up, and you're going to grab the band that's on top, which should, well, let me see if I can get a grip on it. The one that goes forward, okay? I think, yeah, and then you're going to go back in here, and you're going to grab the top band and go towards the left, go back in, top band, go to the right, then you're going to go back and pull that one straight up. Come back over here, and you're going to pull this one and bring it towards the center, okay? And the same with this side. So, this is going to be your sequence. You're going to go in through the cap band, and you're going to grab the first band, okay, which should be the one that's going up. And actually, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and go up twice. That sounds easier, okay? Then we're going to go back into this peg, and we're going to grab the one, go to the left, grab the one that goes to the right, and then we're going to grab this one and pull it towards the center, grab this one, point it to the center, okay? And then go back into this band, grab the front one, and go up two, okay? Come back down to here. We're going to grab the top band, which should go over to your left. Go in, grab the top band, or the next band, and go towards your left, or to your right. And then you're gonna come back over here to this one, and you're gonna go towards the center, go towards the center. Okay, and then the next step is to go straight up 2. So then you start the process all over again. Okay, so I'm going to let you finish up and we will see what it looks like at the end. At this point you are going to go in. We're done with all of that. We're gonna loop up these triangles that you have here. So you're gonna go in through, and I believe it is the middle band. Yep, you're gonna go in through this 4th pin bar, 2nd peg up, and you're gonna grab this part and you're gonna bring it down and back onto itself, okay? Now we're going to go into, let's see, is it the next one? Yes, we're going to go in through here because we got to go in through here because we've got to bring it over to the border. So you're going to go in through here, grab that one and bring it down and up, bring it back to itself. So that's what you're going to be doing the entire way up the loom. Going through each of these pegs and bringing it back to itself. Okay. Oops. Very simple. Okay. So you got to have pretty stretchy bands to be able to do that because it's got to span over 3 pegs. And do the same on this side. You're going to go in right here and you are going to pull it back to itself. And you're going to go the next peg up, grab that band, and pull that to itself. Go up to the next one, grab that band, pull it back to itself, and so on. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to let you finish again. It's the same old thing. I'm trying to make these tutorials a little shorter because you don't need to be hearing me talk for a ton of time. So I'm just going to let you finish that part, and I think there's one step left before we pull it off the loom. This is what your loom should look like, okay? I'll just set it down and come to the end. Okay, so this is where it was a little strange. Instead of bringing it back to itself here, you pick up that band and pull it from here and here. You should be able to tell that when you get to that section. So basically all we have left to do is loop up the border. So it's just your simple border going through the cap band to the left, get the bottom band, go to the left, bottom band, go to the right, and then go to the right. And then you're gonna take your border all the way up and then come in where it points. Okay, and I'll show you how to pull it off. When you get to the end, you stick your hook down through that last peg, take a border band and pull it up and through, and then put both of them on your peg like that. I'm going to go ahead and put a cap band with, or excuse me, a C-clip, which I don't normally do, but I'm going to starting to get into a habit of doing that instead of waiting. But I'm going to go ahead and leave my hook on. So I shall take the C-clip and put it on, and that way you can see that it is attached just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to leave this hook on. Okay, I'll take another hook and we're going to loosen the tension on both right and left sides. So take it off piece by piece, not all at once, or it will fall apart. So I'll meet you back once you get it all taken off. You got to be real careful. Okay, you got to be real careful taking it off the loom because there's tons of bands and they will snap. So you never want to just pull it off, but you just loosen the tension on both sides. And when you get that part done, then what you can do is you come back to the front and take it off peg by peg. It's just easier to do it that way. Or if you hold it, you can, let me see. Nope, you're going to want to take it off peg by peg, just like that. Okay, so when you get it off, or go ahead and take it off the loom, and I'll show you what mine looks like and how to fix any bands that might need fixing. Okay. I just took mine off the loom, and this is what it looks like. It's really, really pretty with these pinks. I'm in love with these baby pinks. Anyhow, I just take it and I stretch it out. Now, this probably to some looks like my Bling Queen bracelet, but I assure you it's not. I assure you it's not. The looping and just the placement of the bands is totally different, but I think because of the rhinestones it throws everybody off. But it's absolutely gorgeous. Just stretch it out as good as you can. Fix any bands that you might have, and like if there's some twisted bands, like say that one's twisted, I'll grab that and I'll twist it, let it go, grab the other side, twist it, and then it falls into place. So if you have a bunch of twisted bands, I would go, because I'm using glitters, but you may end up with twisted bands with some of your dual layers, worse than what I've got. So you may want to just go through and fix all your bands and get them to lay straight and exactly how you want them. And then if you don't like the position of these bands, I tend to fix those too. I'll lift them up and pull them to the center. And the same with the rhinestones. I will place them however I think I might want them. So just, you know, play around with it and see what you like. Just be careful because of the yeah, so these two will be side by side, side by side. That's probably how I'm going to go ahead and do it. Just kind of, oops, that's what I meant to do. And this one will come up, and I'll put it towards the center of the band. This towards the right side. This one towards the center. Just kind of even them out. So it'll probably lay like that. Okay, all the way down. Okay, now I'm not liking the way these border bands are. Some people might like that ruffled look, but I don't, and I see I'm spotting a ton of twisted bands. So you would take your band that's twisted, grab it and pull towards it, snap it back, and I'll do that with 2 or 3 of these, and then I'll go back and grab the seed bead and twist. Use your fingers, not your fingernails, because you'll rip it, your band. And I'll grab this one and put it towards the center, and that way it lays a little bit better. But I've got to do a couple of these so that you can somewhat see what I'm talking about. But you just take the band, twist it, drop it just like this, and they'll just lay. It'll snap back into place. Okay. Now I'll take this one and twist it, pull it up, twist it, pop it back in, and then it'll be all the silver on top. That's the look I'm going for all the silver to be on top. Okay, without the white totally showing through. I only want it to show through like that. Okay, but you just go through and you fix all your bands, and you come back and I'll show you what mine looks like with all the bands fixed the way that I want it. Okay, I've cleaned it up, and this is what it looks like. This is what my Guardian bracelet looks like. You can put a little charm in the center if you have a nice one to go there. It's 2 full loom lengths long, but it's kind of a tight design. It's actually a really tight design, so it kind of shrinks up a little bit. So it may not go all the way around your wrist. I'm lacking just a little bit. So you can add a small extension there, or you can get, and I don't have it in front of me, you can get one of those metal clasps and put a ring through it, and then it adds length. You put the metal jump ring right there, and then you put one on this side and attach the little claw clip, and that will make it to where it'll fit right about like that. So it will, I mean, it's time, it's just stretch on it, get it the way you want it, put either that clasp or add a small extension on it, and it is absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. Love the baby pinks. So I hope you've liked this tutorial, and hope I didn't confuse you way too much. It is a really nice design, and the colors. So what I say usually to a lot of people is colors, colors, colors. Colors will make the bracelet for sure. And so think about a good, nice color combination, and then figure out how you where you want to put them, and just go for the look you're going for. But this is the design, the Guardian. So I will show you one more picture of what it looks like in blue, and this is mine in pink. Okay, just like that. All right, so I guess until next time and the next tutorial, you guys take care. Bye-bye.